What's up, guys? This is Clash of Clubs episode,
No, it's not an episode.
not episode. We're doing a match
No.
reaction for the Chelsea versus City game that just happened.
Uh-huh.
The final score: City 3, Chelsea 1, as Dylan predicted. And I'm gonna let Grant go first because he clearly has some qualms with the way his team played.
Yeah. I mean, all things considered, I think that's up there with one of the worst performances we've seen all season. The big question really before the skid was they haven't beaten a good team yet. Tottenham is Tottenham. Like, I'm not really going to give much weight to that. So this type of game, especially when you get your first result in a short while, maybe things are turning around. I think 1 through 90, that was just bad. Obviously, you get a cheap goal pretty early. Just tough to see. I think all things considered, by the time he came off, like you can tell, like he's not a bad player, but
No, he definitely got his head back. But yeah,
horrific, just nightmare, worst case scenario
I
start.
like to think that if he spoke English, that wouldn't have happened because someone would have just told him to
It
get it the
was
fuck out.
either way, like just worst case scenario,
Yeah, it was bad.
catastrophe. On the receiving end of it, you'll take that. Like, okay, get the crowd out of it early, perhaps, apply the pressure, go from there. And then I think about 10 minutes later, there's another really good chance. Palmer gets played in by Chalaba. Ball across a little too far. Not a great ball, but I still think a top-notch 9 just puts their weak foot across that first time and puts it away. I think Holland puts that chance away. I'm not saying Jackson. Shouldn't be comparing him to Holland, but
Yeah, I
point
mean,
is, like,
you were
it's a chance that you'd like to be. It's a chance you'd like to be put away by your striker,
Yeah.
and ends up not. And from that point on, like it was inevitable. There were a few chances. Moosh, he was a little too eager almost. You know, he's offside a few times early in the first half, but you'll take that. You know what I mean? Like he looks
The
comfortable.
energy,
He's ready to get going.
Sure.
Yeah, he looked very good. Tons of chances. Vardiol, I mean, he was due the goal. He was due the goal. I was just thinking last week. It's been a little while since he scored. Like, okay, he still only has 4 goals. Yeah, maybe he's not on that.
Only 4 goals.
Yeah, no, that was number 5 though, and it was deserved. And I mean, I knew the
He should have had a hat
second
trick
one.
today.
Yeah, we knew the second
I
one
feel
was
like that's
coming.
the story.
I mean,
a lot of the time when he scores, though, is he should have more goals.
Yeah,
than
he
he does
just
on the
keeps
day.
getting
And
into those
if he's
spots.
if he's in that form for the day, he
Yeah.
will get his goal. If he looks
And the
like
setup, I think, out of possession, the reason I was just so confused, we weren't putting much pressure on the ball after like the first 15, 20 minutes. Just kind of really letting the defensive midfielders and the center backs have time on the ball, pick out passes. And we were also playing a pretty high line. So it was just inviting the runs in behind. Like Nunez gets in behind Vardiol, like those touches off the chest across, but they were just inviting these runs on it. It literally looked like last year at Tottenham, the way we were lining it up. Remember, 9 men? Like, all right, just time them up and go. Like, line it up. Because there was no pressure on the ball. It was really confusing, and it really didn't change until like the 75th, 80th minute when the game was already pretty much done.
Well, in that case, I think you guys were trying to play against our weaknesses as normal. Like when we're trying to keep the ball, we haven't been able to keep the ball. You can kind of see it today.
Early.
Pressing there would have made sense.
Yeah.
After like your goal, pressing there totally made sense.
Yeah.
Once you see that we're just booting it long, though, I don't see the point of holding that high line. Obviously, I think your center backs did an okay job up until maybe
there were just so many opportunities. They just kept getting tested, and they broke.
Yeah, but I think overall your defense wasn't awful today. I don't really think it was defensive.
I just don't think we were set up very well.
That
I
agree.
My biggest issue.
That's what I'm saying.
The rest of my eyes are a lot more on the coach in this one than
I'm trying
on
to
the
give
players.
your back line a bit of credit today.
Because the midfield,
they were pretty good.
I talked a lot about the midfield. It was a gutsy performance is what I'll say. You know what I mean? They gave it their all. One of those where it's like a UFC fighter who gets 50-45, but it's like, oh, he's tough. It ended up
your midfield,
like
they were be a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say, I mean, we watched that PSG game middle of the week 3 days ago.
I didn't watch
I did. Sorry. I'll tell you for a fact that you can go ask anyone else if you need this confirmed, but Silva, absolutely horrific. Gundogan, who I've also seen play at my club, one of his worst performances. They were horrific, and they played a lot of minutes. So to let them just walk all over you, man, like it was bad from the midfield. And again, I think part of it had to do with the setup. I don't think they were
I
set up very
the
well out of
setup,
possession,
yes.
but Fernandez and Caicedo it definitely
I
left a
think
lot
you
to be
guys were
desired.
set
But
up for a older midfield and a little bit of what we've been showing as of late. Nardo in that on paper today prior to the game, that looked like a mistake. In the game, captain's armband, going hard into tackles, doing all the dirty work that needed to be done.
he did
I
well,
think his
recovered well.
passing in the first half was a little bit better than Kova and Gundo, so he definitely was our most impactful
Yeah, Gundo
midfielder.
didn't feel like he did too much
I thought Gundo grew into the game.
out of the three.
Possession wise, yes. Possession wise, I think towards the second half, he grew into the game, but that's just the thing. Like, he's a complementary piece at this age. We do not need him facilitating, basically. Same with Kovacic. If I have to fucking watch him take an extra touch and almost dribble it into a goal scoring position for another team 2 games in a row, like, that's an issue.
Yeah, and we didn't capitalize on the
Especially,
chances
exactly.
early.
You should be though, especially since these players know that they know
Seven
what he's gonna
games,
do.
7 games in the
I don't know.
league without a goal for Jackson, man. It's
It,
unacceptable at this
I
point.
yeah. The purple patch is gone.
And there should have been. Oh, again, I'll stand on my beliefs in the player, but in terms of in front of goal, yeah, purple patch is definitely gone, and that's why in the summer they needed to bring in a complimentary striker to Jackson that does all the things you would want from a striker, because you know what Jackson does and you know what he doesn't do. He's getting hung out to dry, but again, he got hooked in the 60th. Felt fair, but again, what did Nkunku do?
He
Nothing.
yeah.
He
He had
didn't do
okay.
anything.
That's the thing though. I
He didn't
just
do anything.
think Sancho on your guys' team makes no sense to me.
I don't
I
think
don't
he
get
was
it.
too bad, but
I
again,
don't know.
I don't think
That's the thing.
anyone
I don't
really
think he played bad. I don't think your guys' team was awful today.
was
Personally, like that you
just
said, I
six out
think
of
it
tens
was a
everywhere,
setup
bro.
thing. It
Six
was a
out of
setup
tens
thing.
everywhere.
Not everywhere. I think Reese had a very good game against Marmouche.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the big
Defensively,
thing
he was
there,
very
yeah,
solid.
and that's the
Very.
big thing. I think that's the most important thing. What I want to see from him is just does he look the part? Is he fit? Does he look? And
The
he was
fitness
getting
is the
tested.
main
He
thing.
was
Yeah.
getting tested absolutely, and
Marmouche
he did
probably
help
ran
his
the
game.
most out of all our attacking players,
But
made
yeah,
the most runs, and
he was
James
everywhere,
was with him
half space,
100% of the time.
centrally, wide. He was dangerous everywhere. He looked comfortable.
They were going at
Kind of
it too. It
slotted.
was fun to watch.
Yeah,
It
yeah, he
was cool.
slotted right into you guys' attack. I think it looked so much more lively. I think against weaker teams, you'll be able to see Marmouche, Holland, and then also have one of the traditional wingers to really kind of just wreak havoc, throw bodies
Yeah.
forward. I think that'd kind of be fun to watch, but that situation seems to be kind of sorting itself out. The midfield, yeah, I'm really disappointed. That's where I thought we'd be able to exploit you. We'd be able to play our football. You know what I mean? But we didn't. There were
I know.
chances. There were
Yeah.
half chances. Like Madueke had his moments going forward. Remember that long ball? He
Madueke
kind
had
of
a
deked it
couple
and then
really
dragged it.
good touches.
Right, and
Really
then he
good touches
also
to set
kept everyone on side for the
himself up.
goal. He also didn't
Yeah.
track back. So you have to do both. The manager said it like a month ago, where it's like he'll do something and then not build off it. He'll be complacent
Mm-hmm.
after he gets his goal, and it's exactly what happened. I think a few Chelsea fans kind of feel this way, but I think he's going to be a Clear Lake sacrifice at some point with Esteval coming in. I don't think an 18-year-old from the Brazilian league plays week in, week out. But you have Neto who just came in for 60. You have Esteval coming in next year who we're hearing a lot about. And this inconsistency on that side of the game is just, I can't really, you can only tolerate it so much. You clearly saw within that game the good that he brings to the table and then the negatives that he brings to the table. And if it's not going to change, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to tolerate it. But I really didn't want to talk about it. We dragged it till the very end, but I literally said in the last episode, like, okay, we're done here. But are you kidding? Even on
It
the
was bad.
offside
It was
goal,
bad.
he leaks the goal. Marmouche really eager. He's the one that takes it off Bernardo. That would have been a clean goal. 100% of the responsibility would have been on him. You would think after that type of mistake, but you get away with it, it's like, okay, thank goodness. Like, I've been given a second chance. Like, that mistake, like, learn from that. Like, let's be sharp rest of the game. What are we doing, man? Like, it's inexcusable. And Maresca
I
comes
know.
out in
I
the media
100%
defending it, and
yes.
then, like,
He
we
fucked
can't.
up, but I do think today that goal was a result of just you guys not being set up for our
I
move
agree.
direct gameplay. Like,
I agree.
today we totally threw. We didn't throw it out, but like it looked like we were shifting to a more long ball tactic.
Yeah.
Our short passes weren't fucking working. So what do? You get the ball swinging around the back.
Go to
Gavardio
Ederson.
being one of our
Boom.
most effective players going forward, I don't mind it. I love him wearing the
He
jersey
was
right
really good.
now, but that cannot be a consistent thing to build the team out of. We cannot be
Marmoush will
building
get the
from
goals.
Nunes. That's fine,
He'll
but
get you
he's
some
not.
goals.
He needs to get the ball still. I saw Nunes, Kusanov, and Gavardio looking for our forward runners the most, and that scares me because this is what we're talking. We can't just bypass the midfield when the midfield's probably been one of our best areas on the pitch for the past 10 years.
Right.
So it's like we're definitely going to have to change the idea of these deep lying playmakers coming into the team, being able to shore up the defense a little bit and still being able to play those balls over the top to the willing runners makes a lot more sense after today's performance, I think. But yeah, like I was saying, I think you guys weren't set up for that at all. You were set up for more of a us trying to keep the ball, dilly dally on the fucking ball, lack
That's
of
why we didn't get
possession.
exposed until later in the game, really. Even not only the goals, but just the amount of chances that were there.
And when
Is
Holland's going at that, just like full
Yeah,
steam ahead, the
he
whole
was really
game is
good.
really hard to keep up.
He
Hold
was
up play
really
was
good.
fucking immense on that third goal. And Foden, honestly, the legs on him today were great. I
Yeah,
think
I
he was
mean,
one of our most active
oppor-
players.
opportunistic goal, but like the performance, even without the goal, would have been like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
like that was another
He
good
could have had
performance.
another one too. He
Yeah,
had that
that
early
shot
shot.
early. Yeah, like again, even giving him that space, like we all know that's exactly where he wants to receive the ball. He's going to turn
That,
and hit it.
yeah,
You know what I mean? He loves that spot. He can go near post, far post.
he
Do
can pull
not
that
give him that
anytime
space.
with me.
Right.
But
Yeah, and lucky for
recent
that to hit the
weeks,
post.
it's been half-assed,
Lucky for
and
that
that's
to
where
hit the
it pisses
post.
me off. The conviction on that shot, totally fine. If it missed or went in, like, did not care.
It's a good
There was
shot.
effort behind that shot, and that's really all we needed to see from him, I
Yeah,
think.
good, really good performance from him. He's already up to 7 goals, so I mean, he can very well do what he did last year. I thought it would kind of be a more gradual thing considering the team's form, but this, I mean, you're in fourth now, aren't you? So right back
It'll
into it.
fluctuate a lot. It'll fluctuate
Yeah, I
so
mean,
much
we're in
at the end
sixth
of the
now. You know what I
season.
mean? This table is pretty interesting. The biggest thing for me, bro, it's just annoying because the fans just start going at each other like immediately when we lose games. It's just
Mhm.
Uh, can't wait to see all the takes. But yeah,
I
it's
think you
disappointing. It's really
focus on the
disappointing.
9, and then
We're hosting Potter's Irons
a
next
Garnacho. I
Monday.
guess
That's our
get ready
next.
for Garnacho. Maybe
It's yeah, unbelievable. Like, what's the point? What are I'm
keep
starting
Enzo
to
happy. Keep your captain happy.
I'm starting to lose the plot, and on that sense of things, I don't want to. We don't need to talk about that whole thing too long. Transfer, the
I don't
sporting
see.
directors,
Yeah,
but I think having a guy like Ugochukwu on loan and having the lack of midfield depth you do right now, it's just malpractice. Why are we spending all this money, have all these players, when the team just simply doesn't have any available? You need to get the reinforcements in. You have one right here. I think the rumors about bringing one in is kind of crazy. Again, there's in-house solutions. Not having another striker is, and then Garnacho being the guy we're linked to is beyond me. I'm really starting to lose the plot on that side of the coin. Manager not liking the toys that he's able to play with, whatever we want to call it. It's a mini crisis. Mini crisis. I'm willing to go there.
it's the ups and downs of that first
I'd
year. I
like
think
to.
also.
I'd like to see. Oh, for sure. And again, I said this at the very beginning, but it's starting to get murky. You know, 5 without a win, you beat fucking Wolves, cool,
I know.
and
I
then you
do think
lose.
though that lately there's a lot more. You need to have immediate success to be successful. So with Maresca, there's going to be up and downs.
He's figuring it
What you guys, you need to let him figure it out. Obviously, it's hard as of recent with some clubs, yours being one of them. Letting them figure it out doesn't always work out. But you've seen what he can do, and
out
he's
for
seen how
sure.
he can get the
He showed a
guys
lot.
riled up and going. Yeah. So I think you guys just got to stick with him, back him. The only thing that I'm with you on in that regard against Maresca would probably be the Sanchez stuff.
It's see, like I get
I
accused of
don't
being
get.
an
I
I get
get keeping
accused of
him
being
in
an
net.
agenda
I
man.
totally get
I get
keeping him in net, but I don't understand the
I
protecting
literally said
game
in
after
the
game now.
I said in the chat, I told you like inevitably at bare minimum half the chance will be created solely because of him. I mean,
Hmm.
even the amount of times he gave the ball away, I screenshotted this
Two to
one.
three times, right?
No, I
Worse
screenshotted a stat. So he had 53% pass accuracy, 19 times he lost possession.
today.
Yeah,
Jesus.
dude, like
You guys had some really good passing displays, so I do. Yeah, I feel
yeah,
like
those moments, but
shit.
all
You guys
things.
should just go get Ederson. He doesn't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, bro, I'm with that. I think I said that last year, bro. If
You
this is the,
should
it
definitely
makes
like if
sense.
you're
This is
just
how
gonna
we want to
go.
play. Look at the
Yeah,
goal kicks, for example. Also, fucking Colo getting booked for time wasting in like the 25th
those were
minute, bro.
annoying. Those
What are
were
we doing?
annoying.
But
Way
like,
too early
if
in
you're
the
just
game
gonna
to do that.
play it to the, if you're gonna play it to the keeper and then just have him fucking punt it, like you have no one in the air. Like you're just hoping you win the second ball.
That's
It
just
makes
a
no sense.
lot
And
of
if
your
you have a
things
guy
make no
like
sense.
Ederson, like if you
Yeah,
have Ederson in goal, honestly, even fucking Onana in goal, I, yeah, nah, probably not. Ederson, yeah, I can't go there. But Ederson, like in these situations, calm pass. Like even today, there were a lot of opportunities. Jackson was getting pretty close in and calm passing out. Like nothing
hmm
erratic. Just sweep when it needs to be done. He came out, had a nice header out. But yeah, Sanchez, it's he's like 27 too. It's not like he's a fucking 21-year-old wonder kid. Oh, he makes mistakes, but he's young. No, he's played in this league for years. This is next.
Goalkeepers get a little more slack with that, but
Yeah, but
this
how
is him.
of
This
all
is
the
him.
money
Yeah,
we're spending, how many fucking goalkeepers are we gonna buy? Like, how have we
that's the
downgraded?
thing.
How have we
Why are you
downgraded in
buying
Kepa?
so many
And
goalkeepers?
we've
I think
downgraded in
you
Kepa.
guys are just scarred from these past signings when it comes to strikers and recently goalkeepers. You don't want to spend the money because you're scarred of what's happened when you spend the money. So now you're trying to do this nonchalant, give me the cheaper
Yeah,
guys bullshit. Let me get four of them and see if one pans out. You're rocking with the same people though. You're not even rotating it. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like
we gave him a 7.5 year contract,
I don't know.
bro.
It's like buying a variety pack
Bro,
and only eating one flavor though.
bro,
So
yeah,
this is what you guys are doing.
we bought him to get the price down for Caicedo, and we paid 115 million for Caicedo, bro. Like unbelievable work from Brighton on that. Like they knew damn well, like get him out. But yeah, even Jorgensen, like I've seen him play enough. Like he can't be worse. I know I said that about Sanchez when he came in regards to Kepa. Sanchez is definitely worse than Kepa. I think that's. I saw Kepa punching out corners today. He looked good, claiming crosses. I was like, "Are you
They're
kidding me? What are we?"
they're a really good
What?
team right now.
Yeah,
We don't need to talk
but
about that today. We'll talk about that
yeah, yeah,
Monday
yeah, but
probably.
I'll just even the goalkeeper. It's unbelievable. We were linked to like Mayon like a few years ago. That's one of those ones where it's like, yeah, go get him. Like if you're spending all this money, you might as well lock up a
Mignon
position.
Sanchez backup would totally make sense to me
I'm
because
not even him in
Mignon
particular, but just like a proven good
something like
goalkeeper.
that though. If you're
Just a
gonna go get a
good goalkeeper.
goalkeeper that's injury prone like that, injury prone as a
Oh yeah, he is
goalkeeper.
injury prone. Yeah, he does
But
kind of
if you
freak.
can bring in Sanchez to make a couple saves every couple games, every 10,
He's
whatever,
most errors
8
leading to
games,
goal out of
like
any keeper. I think I saw a stat he has more errors leading to goal this year than Kepa did with Chelsea. Like that is
that's bad.
insane.
It's really
That's
bad.
yeah, like it's just inexcusable.
Are you
I
guys
think I said it.
asking too much out of him though?
I don't even think so at this point because he just boots it every time. We don't even really play it
But
intricately out of the
why
back
why
four.
give
And yeah, it's a huge question mark.
I think building up
I've
at
got
well, I'm
my
trying to like the
ideas.
build up out of the back might just
Yeah,
be too
you've
much
seen
to
it,
ask for out of a team with him in it. And until you guys replace him, you guys might have to scrap
which
that
is
a
why
little.
you should have signed a giant fucking number 9 like you were
Of
trying to do
course.
in the summer.
Yeah.
Like if you knew like if this doesn't work, we have to be able to be tactically flexible and switch it to get more direct. Even you've seen teams Arsenal and Man City been doing that the past few years. So it's okay
hmm
if we can't play it through. Like we'll have to be able to boot it up and just win the second ball, win duels, and create chances that way. We don't have that outlet. You
You
don't
guys are
have a
just
number 9 like that to win headers, and it's frustrating. There's one way to play, unfortunately. That's kind of the way it looks right now. Not looking good. And then we've got fucking Potter coming back to town. Oh, if we
that'll
fucking
be
lose
fun.
that game.
That'll be
That
fun.
needs to be. We're in pretty bad form. It's one win in our last 7 Premier League games, but if we lose to West Ham, if we drop points to West Ham, that'll be crisis mode, bro. That'll be crisis mode. But yeah, it's definitely not unsalvageable. Like I'll wake up tomorrow. Okay, here and there, make a few tweaks, whatever. But yeah, horrific performance from me.
Trying to
You got
think.
anything else?
No, I Palmer haven't really talked about him.
He didn't do much. Yeah,
Quiet
had
day. He
here
looked
and there, but
eager to get involved and to stick one to us, but it didn't look like coming off.
yeah, he had a few half chances, but nothing really out of this world. The player, his standard. Yeah, not much from him. Same thing kind of with Sancho.
I this yeah, Jackson, man.
You
I think
need
it kind of
you need
it lived and
multiple
died by
guys.
him today.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like.
just what we're talking about. And Holland had a great performance. Had a really good performance. Wreaked havoc. He just made things. He created problems
Mm-hmm.
that hold up for the third goal. I mean,
Right.
it was just glued
Recently,
to
when
him.
playing you guys though, it gets a little chippy too, and I feel like he just thrives off that. You guys
Yeah, I
get
mean,
riled up.
it wasn't intentional at all. But like you saw when he goes over Chalba, like that is a
Oh no,
big.
that one,
That's
yeah,
a
that's not
that's
even
just
what I
a
was talking
big. But
about.
I'm
I was
just
talking
saying,
about
like,
Enzo. Little
yeah,
things
yeah.
Enzo was doing off the ball.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah.
the
But I'm
guy's
just
a
saying,
fucking
like that
piece of shit.
Holland, like of course he thrives in that game because like Chalaba, like that's not a little dude, and that he came out of that having to come off
Well,
the
I liked what
field.
the
You know what I mean? Like,
commentators said. The
yeah, like
commentators were like, "It looks like he just got hit with something that wasn't human."
yeah, but like you said, like of course he's gonna thrive in those types of situations. He's got that
Hmm.
fire in his belly at all times, which I think what makes a player of his stature so great. Is just to continuously have that motivation to get involved, to get in finish chances. I thought he was really good today, but yeah, really disappointing from us. What
Yeah,
Conference
West
League? We'll still
Ham.
get that.
Oh, you got Conference League first.
No, no, that's in fucking March, dude. I'm just
Okay.
saying. Like,
So you
imagine
play
we gotta
West
win.
Ham's your next game.
Yeah, next Monday. It's a long
Next
time.
Monday. Oh, you gotta. Okay. It is a long time. The only thing is, can't game plan for West Ham. You don't know what they're gonna do.
Mr. Potter, we know him all too well.
No, you literally don't know what he's gonna do. I don't think he's had
I
the
mean,
same.
we were signing his paychecks up until a month ago. We should be somewhat familiar with him.
You got him on the payroll.
Oh, because we sacked him, we gave him a 5 year contract.
Yeah, you guys should be fine on that game.
I'd really like to hope so.
All right,
Yeah, I got
we're in.
nothing. Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks for watching.
thanks, guys. This was our match reaction for Chelsea versus City. Thanks.
Boom.